Welcome back to Bright Violet Arts. My name is Valerie, and this video is about my November planning pages in my bullet journal. My theme is a Mackintosh style rose, and I'll show you how I draw those. Alright, so I'm going to get started here with my 6-month notebook. This is an Archer and Olive notebook that I've been using since July 1st, and it's just about full, but I think I can get November and December in there. My color palette this month is very simple. It's just red, green, black, and raspberry. I'm using my Posca pens. I've got some in a smaller point size there too. Then I've got a white gel pen, the Uniball Signo Broad, a Crayola Super Tips in raspberry, and a Tombow in light gray. And then I've got my little calendar stamp. I will link my calendar stamps from Amazon in the description box. And now I'm going to go ahead and get started on the cover page. As I said in my intro, this is a Mackintosh rose, which is named for the artist that made this style of rose famous. It was actually typically used in stained glass. This guy was an artist and architect. His name was Charles Rennie Mackintosh. They are part of the Art Nouveau movement, and I'm going to draw so many of them during this video that I hope anyone who watches it is able to draw these in their sleep. It's actually pretty simple to get the inside line work. It's just going to be a pair of curved lines going downward, like vertical lines, and then a pair of horizontal lines, then a pair of vertical lines and horizontal again until you get to the center. So I'll show you again here. It's just pairs of the lines either going top to bottom or left to right. For an additional element, and also to help make them look like they're part of a stained glass window, I'm drawing them inside window shapes and then adding some additional line work, just horizontal and vertical lines that intersect kind of randomly in the picture. And then I'll color in some of those squares with raspberry. Here I have got a calligraphy alphabet up. This is an uncial style of lettering, and I'm just sort of sketching out the rough shapes for my November lettering. And I'm going to fill those in with my black Posca pen. I'm using the large size, the 3M size Posca pen for this part, and then I'm going to get my smaller pen here to detail it. I'm adding another rose here for good measure, and also because they're just fun and easy to draw, especially after you've done a few for practice. It gets pretty automatic to add the line work in, and they just look really cute to me. So I pretty much covered every page in these roses, and I really loved the bright, dramatic effect that it gave this theme for this month. I've moved on to my calendar spread now, and I'm doing the artwork in just a rectangle box, which, hopefully resembles a stained glass window. And I just need the one single Mackintosh rose this time. So here again, I'll demonstrate how to do the pairs of curved lines around the outside of the rose going inward to the center of the circle. When I get to the center, I usually just kind of throw like a horizontal line in there to finish it off. One of the reasons I chose Mackintosh roses for my theme for November is that it is my 10-year-old daughter's birthday month, and her name is Veronica Rose, so I really liked the idea of doing roses for this month. Here I'm using my raspberry Posca pen to color in every other one almost of these boxes that create the border around the edge. And then I'm just going to draw a regular grid pattern for my calendar with nothing fancy, no drop shadow or nothing, no floating boxes this month, just a regular grid pattern. 5 rows, 7 columns. To complete the calendar spread, I'm using some washi tape, and this combination is a black and white grid washi with a pink and raspberry ombre tape, and I'll just layer those together, on several different spreads throughout this setup. So here I've started on my 3rd spread for the month. It is a focus and tasks spread, and I have used this now. This will be my 2nd month in a row to substitute focus for goals or goal setting for each month. I found that when I was setting a group of goals for each month, I really wasn't paying attention to them or doing anything to get them done. So instead of setting goals in that way, I'm going to select more like a focus area for the month. For me, I'm going to focus on my health and my self-care this month. So when I write out my little paragraph about focus, I'm also going to think about what habits support that focus. Like, for example, health for me, just like last month, is going to mean, did I work out? Did I take my prescription medication? Did I get enough sleep? Those sorts of things. And then I will make those kinds of activities the habits that I'm tracking on these 6 miniature habit tracking calendars that I've stamped in. Once I write in my focus area, I'll write like a sentence or 2 in that box about specifically what in my health I am working on, and then I will take a white gel pen and write in each of these black boxes above the calendar the name of each habit. This little illustration I'm working on right now is a space filler. When I stamped my habit calendars, I left a gap in the middle that was kind of awkward. So I did some more Mackintosh Roses to fill it up, and I just put them on a smaller scale to fit in the gap. I'm using my white gel pen to edit the 31st day out of each month, since the calendar stamps always have 31 days on them. So here I've moved on to the first weekly spread. November this month runs from a Monday on the 1st to a Tuesday, which will be the 30th day of the month. So the last 2 days for me are not going to be in this spread. I'm going to do days 1 through 28 in 4 weekly spreads. The remaining 2 days I will add to the first calendar in my December setup. I was adding in my horizontal and vertical lines here to finish off the design, and I think I got a little carried away on the line work, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna roll with it anyway. Not worth redoing it. For each of the 4 weekly spreads, I'm gonna stamp a little calendar onto it and highlight the week that I'm in for that month. I drew in this rather large box that, it's a whole quarter of the spread, and so I decided to combine that as notes and tasks for the week, rather than splitting that into 2 different boxes. This is my week 2 spread, and it has another of the arched window designs where it's a rectangle with a little semicircle on top for an arch. I thought those were probably my favorite types of the stained glass windows that I saw when I was doing my research for this theme. I will link a few of my inspiration pictures from Pinterest in my description box if you want to check out, what the stained glass windows look like that were designed by Charles Rennie Mackintosh, because they really are beautiful, and they, definitely were the basis for this theme. So here I'm writing in November week 2, but I'm also writing in there week 45. The week 45 is the fiscal calendar, so it's the fiscal week 45 for the whole year, and week 2 just for the month of November. This is the week 3 spread, and the illustration on this one is going to be a large cluster of roses. When I do these roses, I just want to point out the shapes are not all perfect circles. I like to alternate a round rose with more of like an oval or egg-shaped rose when I draw them in groups. Got my handy dandy circle template to draw the circles for my date numbers on the week 4 spread. This is the last spread of the month. This is my November reflection or memories page. At the top, I have drawn in 4 little rectangles. These are each 2 by 3 inches, and they are just the right size for the miniature pictures that my pocket printer will print off for me. I have the HP Sprocket 200 pocket printer, and it just prints little self-adhesive photos from my camera roll for my journal, and I love it. I definitely recommend that. This little box is my YouTube tracking information, and then above that I've got my faves of the month. That would be entertainment like TV, music, or YouTubers that I'm interested in during November. And here we are at the final flip through for the month. Thank you so much for watching this video. I was really happy to share it with you. I enjoyed this theme, and I hope that you did too. If you did like the video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up, and you can also visit me over on Instagram. I am at Bright Violet Arts, and over there I will share photos of each of these spreads. And definitely consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, so that you won't miss any of my upcoming videos on illustration, hand lettering, and all things bullet journal. I will be back soon, but until then, thank you for checking out Bright Violet Arts, and happy journaling.